So as with indices, logarithm will also have their own sets of rules. Indices have 10 sets of rules, for logarithm we only have 5. So for the first rule, it actually came from this one. For rule number 1, it came from this idea. A to the power of 1 is A. So it actually came from this idea. So the idea will be, if let's say your base and answer are the same, the whole logarithm is equivalent to 1. So if the base and answer are the same, it can be same number or it can be same algebra. The whole logarithm will be a value 1. So that's the idea behind rule number 1. For rule number 2, it actually came from the idea of one of your indices rule. So if you still remember, a to the power of 0 is 1. So that was the indices rule. So that creates another in logarithm rules. So that the rule is stating that it doesn't matter what's your base, as long as the answer is a 1, the whole thing will be a 0. Okay, it doesn't matter how big is your base, or maybe your base is an algebra. But if the answer is a 1, the whole thing is a 0. So that's how we apply this to rule. So a very simple question can be something like part B. So if you look at part B, the first log has an answer 1, and the second log has the same base and answer. So look carefully. This one got same base and answer. So this one to me looks like rule number 1. And this one is a log. The answer is 1. So this one to me looks like rule number 2. So rule number 2 says that this whole thing became a 0. Rule number 1 says that this whole thing is a 1. So that's how we get a value from a log expression. So that will be the use of rule number 1 and number 2. So rule number 1 and number 2, right, sometimes can be used, particularly rule number 1, sometimes we can use in the opposite way. So for example, if I do it in the opposite way, it will be something like, if I get a numerical value, the numerical value can be changed to a log that I want. So we can change a number to make it into a log if I make use of rule number 1. So we won't get to use that so soon yet, but just to take note, we can do it the other way around.